I don't mean to scare you, but there are only 2 months left of 2025. 2026 is right around the corner, and how does that make you feel? Can you look back and say that you are proud of the things that you accomplished in 2025? Did you make strides towards achieving your goals, or did you let some things slip? If that is the case, don't worry, because in today's video, I am going to be giving you a step-by-step guide of how you can make the most of the last 2 months of the year, so that when 2025 comes to a close and it's time to ring in 2026, which I know sounds so crazy, you are going to feel accomplished, you are going to feel proud of yourself, and you are going to feel so ready for the new year that is to come. I'm actually so excited. I'm feeling so motivated, so let's get into it. Listen, you guys, my goal is not to make you feel stressed, make you feel any type of way, and certainly not to make you feel like a slacker, because that would just be like the pot calling the kettle black. Because I've been a little bit of a slacker too. When I realized that November is right around the corner, it's basically here, which kind of means that Christmas is right around the corner, which means that the year is right about to be wrapping up, I had to take a step back and I had to ask myself, am I ready for 2025 to be over? And if I look back to almost a year ago, 10 months ago, when I sat down and set a whole bunch of goals, what have I actually done to get myself closer to those goals? And how can I close up 2025 feeling as good as I possibly can, feeling as accomplished as I possibly can? And this is not about surface level accomplishments or things that you get to kind of brag about, money in the bank. It's not about any of that. It's about feeling for yourself a true sense of pride and accomplishment, because when you feel that way, you feel so amazing and anyone else's opinions or accolades simply do not matter. So I have devised a plan that I am going to do myself, but of course I want to share it with you guys. So hopefully we can do it together to kind of just lock in and finish up 2025 feeling so good and so proud of ourselves and doing things every single day that bring us closer to either the goals we set at the beginning of the year or something new that we've realized is actually super important to us, so that we can end off this year feeling so amazing. And that is going to only propel us even more. And that is going to propel us even further when we sit down and start the new year of 2026. Anyways, we're so not there yet. I can't get over saying 2026. It actually freaks me out. If you are new to my channel, my name is Zoe. I post a mix of personal finance as well as lifestyle content. My goal here on my channel is to inspire you to live your healthy and wealthy best life. I always say that I am on my healthy and wealthy journey, and that is what we were all aiming for here on my channel. So if that is your vibe, make sure that you are subscribed. You can follow along into the end of the year and into next year as well. It makes me so happy having you guys on this journey with me. So you can't see my full computer screen, but I do have my budget tracker up. This video is going to be a mix of personal goals as well as personal finance, because I just think that is so important. I feel like those two categories, with the personal side also including personal development, fitness, career, relationships, all of that mixed in with the personal finances, is how you can feel like you're living a really well-rounded and balanced life. So we're gonna be covering all of that in today's video. I feel like I need to stop talking now and actually get into some of these steps. Subscribe, like the video, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, class is in session. The notebook is coming out because I really want to give you tangible steps that you can start applying today. I want you to close this video, walk away from this video feeling so inspired and feeling like you have a roadmap for success. That is very important to me on my channel. I'm going to be dividing this video in two sections. The first section is going to be the top 2 things that I want you to start thinking about today that is going to make the biggest difference from now into the end of the year. The second part of this video is going to be an actionable checklist of little and big things that I think should be done between now and New Year's, so that you can actually feel like you're having a fresh start when the new year rolls around. Now, on that note, I just want to quickly share with you guys a little personal anecdote, because when I was thinking about this video, it kind of stirred up a few emotions for me. I am someone who struggles a lot around New Year's Eve. I feel like there is so much pressure when a new year rolls around to honestly think of all the ways that you fell short and all of the things that are wrong with your life, and you vow to fix them starting January 1st, 2020, whatever. Personally, I just feel like when New Year's rolls around, I tend to look back and focus a lot on the negatives. I focus on my shortcomings, and I focus on all these little ways that I want to be better, therefore implying certain things that are wrong. I remember last year, I honestly felt really depressed around New Year's, and I felt really ashamed of myself. I felt like I had set these goals and just not accomplished any of them, and I felt like I really let myself down. When in reality, this is called being human. We have this tendency to set a long list of goals, 10, 12, whatever, when it's actually so hard to do a complete overhaul of your life, and it's probably not actually that realistic. So I'm really excited about this plan and this checklist because I think it's going to allow us to arrive at New Year's in a better headspace, not because we're perfect, not because we did all of these things, not because there's so much money in our bank account, but because we did the best that we could and we're ready to continue building off of that and feeling proud of ourselves, rather than looking back and only acknowledging where you fell short. So my goal with doing this now is to have a more happy and joyful and inspired New Year's when it comes to be that time in 2 months from now, you guys. Okay, enough talking. Let's get into the first part of this video. All right, you guys, let's dive into the first section, which is personal. I'm grabbing my journal for this one, and I want you guys to open up your phone, your journal, wherever it is, because I know you did this. I know you made a list of your New Year's goals and maybe some things you wanted to change, some new habits. Maybe you made an in and out list. You know, like those things that are really trendy on Instagram. Okay, I'm looking for, oh, you guys. So here I have my list of goals that I wrote down for a healthy and wealthy 2025. I haven't looked at these since probably February or March. So it's been a really long time since I've looked at these goals. I snuck a peek before I sat down to film, and I actually kind of find it funny, but I'm also surprised at how many of these goals I actually achieved. Let's run through it really, really quick. The first was self-confidence. This was a big one for me. I wanted to feel unapologetically confident this year. Now, I can't say that I feel confident all the time, and I've actually been going through a period of really low self-confidence. This happens a lot this time of year as things start to get colder. I lose my tan. I feel like my skin texture changes. It's just like a little period of change leading into winter. And my self-confidence takes a dip. I also am growing out my hair, and I'm not enjoying the grow out journey. But overall, I do feel like my self-confidence has gotten a lot better. And I feel like so many goals are like this, where it's not actually a yes or a no. It's like in progress, because we as people are always going to be in progress. So this is an interesting one, and it's actually crazy that I wrote this down as a goal when lately I've been looking at myself in the mirror and absolutely picking myself apart. It's a really nice reminder that I wanted to be more self-confident, and the only thing and person who can assist me with that is myself. Number 2 is my natural nails journey. This has been going amazingly. It's actually been 10 whole months of me having nothing on my nails, which is crazy. I was like a nailaholic. Number 3 is running. I probably ran twice this whole year. Like, I did not run. Number 4 is to do with teaching reformer Pilates. This I did. And actually right now I'm pretty much only teaching reformer. So that's really cool that that was a goal. I forgot that I wrote that down. Number 5, cooking and baking. I wanted to start baking bread, and I wanted to cook a lot more. I feel like I did that. Number 6 was reading. I wanted to read a mix of personal finance and self-help books, as well as fiction books. I read a few self-help books, especially over the summer. I read 2 and I felt like they were really nice, but I just love reading like novels. I love reading fiction. I don't think I read any personal finance book. I feel like I'm better if I listen to them. And actually I did listen to one self-help book, and it was really good. It was called The Mountain Is You. The last thing that I wrote down is that I wanted to have an action-oriented mentality, and this I actually did. I used to be the type of person who would dream about a lot of things, and I would say there were all these things that I wanted to do, but I would never actually take the steps and take action towards them. I feel like I got a lot better at that. If I had an idea or I had a thought of just like something I wanted to do, and it could even be as simple as just like stuff around the house. Like if I looked in a certain place and I'm like, oh, there's clutter there, rather than just acknowledge the clutter and move on, I would actually get up and go do something about it. That being said, there are still a lot of things that I haven't taken action on that I've said I wanted to. And again, I think that comes down to being human, but this is one of those ones that I definitely am getting better at, and I want to continue getting better at. So I want you guys to take a look at that list of goals or wherever you wrote them down, wherever you put them, and without judgment as much as you can and without being hard on yourself, I want you to take a look at that list of goals. Are all of these goals still relevant to you? It's totally okay if they aren't. Like for me, this goal of running is irrelevant to me. I realized that I just wanted to be a runner because I wanted to be like other people and my friends who were runners when I don't really care about running, to be honest. So I'm happy to just let that one go. There are also goals that have appeared throughout the year. The things that you set down one afternoon in January, this cannot be all encompassing throughout the year. And there's something actually that is so important, and I don't know why I didn't write it down because it definitely was on my mind and it was relevant at the beginning of the year, and that is training my dog for her separation anxiety. Those of you who've been watching my channel, you're probably so sick of hearing me say this, but it is literally something that is so hard for me. It makes my life so challenging, the fact that I cannot leave my dog home alone for more than 5 minutes. If you've never experienced a dog with separation anxiety and you've never heard of it before, people who I explain this to for the first time, they're like, what do you mean you don't leave your dog home alone? Like, how do you get groceries? And it's like, I don't. Like, I make sure that someone is home so that I can go get groceries. Like, I love my dog so much, but my life is made so complicated because of her separation anxiety. It's been a big personal struggle with trying and failing and trying and failing. And I feel like that's probably why I didn't even write it down because, and I'm actually surprised at hearing myself talk about it in this video, but it's because I just know that I need to take action on it and I need to stop being afraid to fail. So this is a goal that wasn't even written down, but is very important to me right now. Another one like that is my personal fitness. I've been really making an effort to do at-home workouts and to try and do 30 minutes of at-home workout every single day, unless I'm like going out to a class or whatever. And this is another one that I didn't write down. I would say right now, those are like my top 2 priorities. And to me, those both really translate into facing a fear of mine and putting myself first. If I can put work aside to make time to train my dog, then my life is going to benefit because I'll be able to run out the door and get groceries. I'll be able to go have fun at a workout class. I'll be able to say yes when my friends say, hey, do you want to go grab a coffee? Instead of, no, I can't. My dog doesn't stay home alone. So anyways, I'm rambling, but what I want you to do, now that you've looked at your list and now that you've maybe decided that there is something that is important to you that isn't on your list, I want you to pick one goal. One single goal. What is the thing that you are going to feel the most proud of when it's December 31st and you're looking back on the year? What is the thing that you're going to be like, I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad I took the time to do that. I'm so glad I made that a priority. Alternatively, what are you going to kick yourself for not doing? For me, I know that if I finish the year without having at least tried my very best to train Maggie and to improve her threshold of being able to stay home alone, I know that I will feel upset with myself at the end of the year if I don't take strides to do that. Now, I haven't been very good throughout the year. I could probably count on 2 hands the amount of training sessions that I did in all of 2025. I could sit back and I could say, well, there's only 2 months left to the year. I'll try again next year. Or I can lock in right now and decide to make this my priority so that no matter what happens, I finish the year saying that I tried. This is what I want, and this is what I want you to do. Now, hopefully the dog separation anxiety example is not relevant to you. Hopefully you are not dealing with that. But maybe at the beginning of the year, you said that you wanted to work out more, and maybe you can count on two hands the amount of times that you did a workout. It is not too late. Do not tell yourself that you're gonna wait for the new year. Start today. Maybe you said you wanted to read more. Maybe you said you wanted to be a better friend who reaches out to their friends more. Maybe you wanted to get out of the house more. Maybe you wanted to learn how to cook. Maybe you wanted to be cleaner. Whatever that thing is that is most important to you, that you are going to feel so proud of when the year wraps and that you will kick yourself if you didn't do, I want you to take note of that right now. I want you to write it down. Here's the thing, you guys. There is no use scrambling. We only have 2 months. So if I look at this list and I say, oh my gosh, I didn't run, I didn't train my dog, I didn't work out enough, and I didn't read a personal finance book, and I try to cram all of that in the next 2 months, it's just not realistic. I'm gonna be miserable. It's simply not realistic. I have to choose the number one thing that is most important to me. I genuinely believe it is better to focus on one thing at a time, especially when you have limited time. Pick one thing, do it really well, and do it every single day. I'm serious, every single day. I genuinely believe that if you do it every single day, whatever it is, reading, working out, training your dog, speaking kindly to yourself, maybe you suck at flossing your teeth. I want you to start flossing your teeth every single day if that is the most important thing to you. If you can do something every single day, 2 things are going to happen. 1, it will become a habit, and 2, it will become a part of your identity. Currently, my identity is girl whose dog has separation anxiety. My default when friends ask me to hang out is I can't. You wanna go for dinner, Zoe? I can't. Oh, I wanna try this recipe, but I need to go to the grocery store to get a few things. I can't. This is my default, being a homebody, not necessarily by choice, but because of my dog, who is so cute. She's sleeping over there right now, being so cute. Seriously love her. Like, thank God she's cute. Thank God I love her so much. That is what is currently my identity. And I don't want that to be my identity anymore. I want my identity to be, at least I tried. Every day I train my dog and every day she gets a little bit better. This is the new identity that I want, that I'm going to give myself from now until New Year's Eve. And then I will be able to continue it into the new year rather than look back and feel upset with myself. And listen, you can do the same. If you want to be that girl who works out every single day, start today. Get your workouts in. If you want to be that girl who reads, pick up a book, start reading today. 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. I'm not telling you you need to spend an hour a day on these things. I would rather you do a little bit every single day. Make it a habit, make it a part of your identity, watch it stick, and watch how proud you will feel at the end of the year. Hi, this is Editing Zoe. I know some of you guys might be watching and you might be thinking that the goal you have, it doesn't make sense to do it every day. And I'm thinking about like fitness, like maybe we shouldn't be working out every single day. But even if you're not taking the direct action every single day, you can take a complementary action every single day. So keeping with the example of working out, just because you're not doing a sweaty or Pilates or whatever, just because you're not doing a workout every single day, you can still do complementary activities. So maybe finding a YouTuber who is really into the gym, they're gonna keep you motivated, they're gonna keep you inspired. Even if you're not doing a workout that day, you could watch a vlog for this person to kind of keep you in that fitness mindset. If you're sore from the previous day's workout, you could take 15 minutes to do a little stretch while you're watching TV. I feel like all of these little actions that are complementary are really how you make it a part of your identity. And that's really how we're gonna make things stick. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm jumping back in because I forgot to show you guys this. To help you with your one habit a day, I want you to get yourself a little calendar like this. This is from Cloth and Paper. If you don't want to order one, you can just go online and print out like a blank calendar template, go to Staples, print out 2 copies. I want you to track your daily goal every single day. I want you to sit down, write down what your goal is. So in my case, it would be like train Maggie, train Maggie, train Maggie, train Maggie 30 times. And every time you do it, I want you to check it off. At the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, you will be able to look back and see how many times you hit your goal, and you'll feel so proud of yourself. Even if you don't do it every single day in a month, even if you only do it half the time. Let's say your goal is to work out every day, you work out every other day, that's 15 extra workouts than had you not even tried. I'm telling you guys this as someone who desperately needs to hear this advice as well. So I want you to know that we are going to be in this together. I want you to comment down below, what is that thing? What is the thing you are going to do every single day from now until the end of the year? Let me know down below so that we are locked in doing this together. Oof, okay, that felt like very heavy and I very much needed to say that, and I feel like just putting it out there is going to hold me accountable. And for you, commenting it down below is going to hold you accountable as well. Now let's move on. Let's get into step number 2, which is personal finances. I know that at the beginning of the year, you said you were going to be better with your money. You said that, right? This is so common. New Year's comes right after Christmas and the holidays, which is the #1 spending time of year for probably 99% of us watching this video. First of all, there's Black Friday, which is coming up. Black Friday is where we spend on ourselves. And then Christmas time comes around. And I feel like even if you're not religious and you don't celebrate Christmas, it's still like you do a Christmas exchange with friends, like the holidays, Christmas. It's so ingrained in us, and giving gifts and shopping is just, it's like paramount this time of year. And that's okay, okay? I'm not sitting here to say that that is a bad thing. Rather, I am acknowledging that that is the reality of the world that we are living in. I love Christmas. I love the holidays. I love decorating. I love buying little bits and bobs for the house. I love buying gifts for my loved ones, and I love buying gifts for myself. But at the end of December, when all of that is said and done and all of that is wrapped up, and after Christmas, then there's Boxing Day, and you look at your credit card statement and you've spent a ton of money, it's only natural that you panic and then set the New Year's resolution to do better with your finances. Now, that is totally fine. And in fact, it's great. I love vowing to be better with my money every single year. I've done it for the past, 5, 6 years? It's perfect and it's not a bad thing. But you can get a jump start on that now by starting to take care of your finances now. Now, I know a lot of you guys watching are familiar with my channel, so you're probably already a healthy and wealthy budgeting girly, and I love that. But I feel like we could all use this reminder that right now at the beginning of November, with 2 months left of the year and Black Friday and Christmas and Boxing Day ahead of us, this is the time to take an even closer look at our finances. If you are watching this and you have not started taking action on your finances, that's totally okay too. I want to tell you where to start. I highly recommend downloading the budget tracker. This is what is up on the screen next to me. I'll actually put it up on the screen so you guys can see. I'm just showing you a sample. These are all dummy numbers. Now, what my favorite part of the budget tracker is here in the expense log. This is where I come and I write down every single purchase that I make. It then comes and populates into the corresponding monthly tab. So every single month you get a picture of your income, your bill payments, and your expenses. This visibility is so important to managing your finances. It goes beyond just looking through your credit card statement and vowing you'll do better next month, vowing that you'll spend less. Actually building out a budget. So if you look here in the expense summary, you get to personalize this for however you like to spend money. So if you like to go out for drinks, you can have a category like that. In my personal budget tracker, I don't have that one because I'm not a big drinker. Breaking your budget up into different categories and really tailoring it to you. This is going to help so much for you to understand where your money is going, where you are spending the most, and where you have room to cut back. So that is step 1. This budget tracker is available from The Line. It is such an affordable investment in your budgeting journey. I seriously love it. I feel like I have saved thousands of dollars because now I have visibility. Whereas in the past, what I would do is put everything on my credit card, go to pay off my credit card at the end of the month. The amount was always higher than I expected. Oftentimes I would cry because it would take all of my money, if not more. And I would just feel terrible about myself, and I'd feel terrible about my spending habits. And I felt like I had no control. All I did was go around, tap, tap, tap. This is not a healthy relationship with money, you guys. And anyways, I could go on and on. I have a ton of personal finance videos on my channel if you want to check it out. Videos about how to budget, videos about how to save, my investments, all of that. I'll link my personal finance playlist below. But I definitely recommend investing in this budget tracker as a great jumping off point. The second part of paying attention to our personal finances as we near the end of the year is I want you to set a budget for these last 2 months, and not just a general budget like I just showed you, but I want you to think about if you are someone who celebrates Christmas and you know you're going to be buying gifts for friends and family, how much can you actually afford to spend rather than just buy and freak out at the end of the year. I want you to set a budget in your head, write it down, put it in your budget tracker, and buy your gifts according to that budget. Take it from me, I used to never set a gifts budget, and I would always feel this real mix of emotion around Christmas time because I was having so much fun shopping. I loved seeing my friends and family's reactions when I got them a nice gift, but I also had so much guilt because I didn't know whether or not I could truly afford to be buying these gifts. In the last 2 years, I started setting a budget for my Christmas gifts. I also started putting aside cash for them, which helps a ton in terms of money management. Seeing how much you have and how much you have left and watching the money disappear from your wallet when you spend it rather than tapping, which is just like so disconnected. I have had the best Christmases and I felt so amazing about the gifts that I bought because I could actually afford them and I was spending within my budget. Now, gifts aside, the end of the year can still be very expensive as it's a time when a lot of friends want to get together. And so it's like, let's go for drinks, let's go for dinner. I want you to set a budget for all of that too. I want you to have a ballpark idea of how much you can afford. And if you can't afford something, you have to be able to say no to it. If you don't have money to go to a fancy restaurant as like a Christmas celebration with your friends and also get them a gift, I want you to say so. And here's a really nice thing you could say. You can say, look guys, I don't have space in my budget to do the gift exchange and to go out for dinner. Can we pick one? Like maybe the dinner is all of our gifts to each other. Chances are your friends are gonna be in the same boat as you and they're gonna be happy that you spoke up. I want you to open up your mind. I want you to open up the conversations around money this holiday season, especially as the year wraps. I do not want you looking at your credit card statement on January 1st and absolutely panicking. Oh, while you're at it, you guys go ahead and set yourself a budget for Black Friday. If you don't truly need the thing, maybe you don't need to buy it. I want to wrap up this personal finance section by just saying that genuinely, you guys, one of the best things that I ever did for myself was take care of my personal finances. I'm gripping my hands together because I mean this so sincerely. I was a 23-year-old living in an apartment that was above my means with 40,000 of student loan debt. I didn't know how to budget. I was a shopaholic. And I would cry about money multiple times a month. I have now paid off my debt. I have grown my net worth. I sleep better at night because of all the steps that I've taken over the years to care for my finances. There is no better time to start than right now. Do not wait for the new year. Start right now. Okay? Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm getting worked up. I'm getting so excited. You guys see my little red thing? I think it's because this sweater is wool, but also because I'm passionate. We've made it to part 3 of this video, which is my little checklist of things that are going to make you feel so amazing if you do them between now and New Year's. Oh my gosh, my matcha's almost done. Let me just finish it. I would say these are in no particular order, but they are all definitely very important. They are things that will make you feel a tangible difference and will hopefully make you feel a lot lighter. So I want you to write these down, open up your notes app, take out a piece of paper, write down this checklist, and then as you do the things, I want you to check it off. Ideally, before the end of the year, you've done all of these, but even if you do only one of them, you're gonna feel so good. All right, so the first thing I want you to do between now and New Year's is a digital declutter. I want you to go through your computer, your iPad, your tablet, your phone, wherever you have digital stuff. I want you to clean up old documents, old files, old things that you no longer need. Going through the phone's camera roll, this is a task that gives me so much anxiety because I have like 25,000 or more. Let me check. Ugh, it doesn't even tell me anymore. It doesn't want me to know, but I have like tens of thousands of photos. Delete old apps you don't need. Just make space on your digital devices. I think this is going to feel so good. Empty your voicemail. Do you listen to your voicemail? I personally don't, but I did that the other day where I cleared out my voicemail. I had messages from July. Felt really good to just get that out of the way. Clean out your email inbox, delete your browsing history, just make everything feel lighter. This is gonna make you feel so good. If you are one of those people who have thousands of unread emails, please just delete them all. I mean, okay, maybe not if it's for work, but get rid of them, clean it up, sort them, put them all away. If you have receipts that you've been hanging on to, maybe it's time to get rid of them. Maybe it's time to put them all into a folder. You know, like now we get a lot of email receipts. So I personally have like a receipts folder in my email inbox so that I can flush them all away. But something I did this tax season is then I divided my receipts folder into years. I had receipts all the way back from 2020 and I was like, okay, I really don't need these anymore. So sorting them by year, and it's really easy on your email app to do that. You just filter the emails by year and then you can get rid of the old ones. You're gonna feel so much better. Even though it's digital, our lives are so digital that I genuinely believe all of this stuff weighs on us. Delete old contacts, delete old text messages. You can go through and unfollow people who are no longer serving you. And all of that can take time, but these are all things that I just kind of want you to have in your mind for that real overall digital declutter. It's gonna feel so good. The next item on the checklist, of course, is a physical declutter. I feel like a lot of us wait for the new year to do this. So we'll do like our big January declutter. But what if you just got ahead of it and did it now? At New Year's, like I was saying earlier in the video, there's so much pressure on us to do all of these things and be all of these things and sign up for the gym and start going to Pilates and blah, blah, blah. Why not take one of those things that you would do, that declutter? Why not take that off your plate for later when you're already busy and start doing it now? Besides, you're probably gonna wanna do it again in 2 months. But I just think that if you can do that as a way of wrapping up the year, you're gonna feel so good. Go through your closet, go through your kitchen pantry, go through your fridge. Oh, please God, go through your fridge. Get rid of that bottle of sauce that expired in 2022. Go through your spice cabinet. Get rid of the spices that expired in 2015, please. I had to do that recently. It's so embarrassing. Just like how the digital stuff can weigh on our shoulders, I believe the physical stuff can weigh even more on our shoulders. For me personally, I live in a small 1-bedroom apartment. When there is clutter, when there is too much stuff, the apartment feels heavy. I want my apartment to feel open and breezy. That is how I feel my most calm, I feel my most creative, and I genuinely feel happier when there is less clutter in my home. Even if you have a big home, even if you've got a giant basement to hide all your crap, knowing that that basement is full of stuff, it's there, it's in the back of your head. I have that for my storage locker. I'm gonna go through my storage locker before New Year's. Just get rid of the stuff. Get rid of the stuff that is no longer serving you. Do your whole Marie Kondo routine. Declutter your house, declutter your space, declutter your car. Take your time once again in doing this, but try and get it done before New Year's. You're gonna feel like a new person. Number 3, okay, I'm gonna tell you to stop cleaning for a moment. Number 3 is to book those appointments. I am one of those people, I hate booking my dentist appointment. It's just like something about calling, it just bothers me. The doctors, like all of those little things, I want you to book those appointments. Do that now before, once again, the pressure of the end of the year. You don't even have to take your appointments now. I remember my hairdresser and my dentist telling me that the end of the year is super busy for them because people are like, oh my gosh, I've got to like cut my hair before the year ends. I've got to get my teeth cleaning in. And that's totally fine if you want to go now. But if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm too busy now, or I don't feel like going, you can book now for January or February of next year, and at least it's done. If you know that there's a long wait to get in to see your doctor, maybe like your family doctor, call now. Take the appointment for March or whenever it ends up being, then at least it's in the calendar. And from there, changing the appointment if it doesn't work with your schedule anymore is so much easier and less daunting than actually calling and making the appointment. So I want you to schedule all of these things. Girls, go ahead and book your pap smear, okay? Like all of those things that are so annoying and they're so tedious, but are actually so important for us. Do it now. You're gonna feel so much better, and then at least it's done. You don't have to worry about it. All right, this next one's a little bit tedious, and I feel like this whole list is tedious, okay? And I'm sorry to give you such tedious homework, but once it's done, you're gonna feel great. This next one is to pay off all of those bills. Bills, parking tickets, physical ones that you've got those papers lying around for, or those mysterious ones in your email inbox. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about the scams because we've all been getting a million of those texts, but maybe you went over a toll bridge and they sent you the invoice in the mail and you're just too lazy to pay it. Maybe you've got a parking ticket sitting on your kitchen counter that you're really pissed off about, so you don't want to pay it. Do not bring that stuff. Do not bring unpaid bills into the new year. I genuinely think this is just like bad energy to carry around. Unpaid bills, unpaid invoices, especially if they incur interest. These are not the vibe. I want you to make sure that everything is paid off. If you've got a tax bill that you've got to do, if you know you're going to be owing someone money, get it over with as soon as you can. Get that payment out of the way. This is something that just makes you feel so much better. It's another one of those things that lives in the back of your head. Oh, I've got these parking tickets. Oh, I've got that bill. Oh yeah, I owe the other half of this deposit. Get it done. Don't carry it into next year. Thank me later, once again. Okay, this next one, I kind of buried it because I already told you to declutter your phone, and then I told you to declutter your home, and now I'm gonna tell you that it's time to deep clean your home. This is another one that you're probably gonna wanna do at the beginning of the year, but why not get a head start? Just like the whole decluttering, everything I said about decluttering applies to the cleanliness of your home. When you are breathing in dust, when you are breathing in dog hair or cat hair, that scum in your sink, the scale buildup in your coffee machine or your kettle, let's get all of that done and dealt with before the year ends. I recently did a really nice deep clean of the floors in my apartment, and I felt so happy and so proud of myself. Cleaning is something that I am trying to brainwash myself into loving, because I used to really just tell myself, I don't have time to clean. I'm not that clean of a person. I don't like cleaning. I hate it. Ugh, I wish I could just hire someone to come clean my place. JS and I actually did hire someone to come clean the place, and she did a great job. It was so nice having someone to come clean, but I actually kind of missed this sense of satisfaction, and I started just feeling like I could just do this myself. So we both decided that we were going to brainwash ourselves as a couple to enjoy cleaning, because it's really not that hard. If you dedicate an hour a week to just keeping your place tidy, it will stay tidy. If you do an initial deep clean, you don't need to do this crazy deep clean once a week. You do the deep clean and then you do the maintenance, and then your home is always clean. I saw a video the other day of a girl talking about how our generation, like millennial Gen Z, we've sort of embraced this like, ugh, I don't like to clean mentality. And she was talking about how actually disgusting it is, and it's not something that we should be proud of, having a dirty home. She was like, it's actually really unsanitary, like breathing in the dust. And that just hit me really hard. I almost feel like it's a self-worth thing, and I've really just been telling myself that I deserve to live in a clean and clutter-free home. I deserve to breathe in clean air. I deserve to wash my dishes in a clean sink, boil my water in a scale-free kettle. I'm worth taking the time and making the time to clean my home. And it's actually been really nice, and I've been really enjoying cleaning, and I just play music and I make it fun. So I want you guys to do the same. Embrace cleaning. If you really can't embrace it, maybe you need to hire someone to come help you for that deep clean, and then you can take care of the maintenance. I just think it's such a good habit to get into before the year ends. And then again, instead of vowing to be cleaner at New Year's, you can vow to maintain your cleanliness, and you'll feel a lot better for that. You guys, I've been recording for so long. I seriously didn't mean to like chat for this long. I was like, this is gonna be a quick video. Anyways, we've made it to the very last thing, which is I want you to do one thing between now and New Year's that you are afraid of. Conquering fear and doing those things that scare us is actually so, I feel like it builds confidence and we feel so proud of ourselves. Maybe there's someone that you've been wanting to reach out to go on a date. Maybe you've been afraid to go try a reformer Pilates class or a boxing class. Maybe you've been afraid to learn how to drive. Whatever that thing is that you are afraid of, I want you to do something to take a step in the direction of facing your fears. So if you're scared to date, I want you to maybe download a dating app and try and go on a date with just one person. If you are afraid to learn how to drive, I want you to book a lesson, get a lesson in the books to start conquering that fear. If you're scared to go to reformer Pilates, give it a try, book a beginner's class. Ending the year having conquered one little fear, big or small, you really are gonna feel so accomplished. And pair that with that whole checklist that I gave you, plus the personal and the personal finance goals, you are going to feel unstoppable before 2026 even begins. So let's lock in, let's do it together. I will be sharing my progress through my vlogs. So make sure you're subscribed to kind of see the progress, and we will check back in very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspired you, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys.